Alright, take two on this video because I've realized in the first one I sounded very dead. Hello everybody, welcome back. It's been a while since I've talked about this car in particular. It's mostly just been my JZX recently. Just want to give like a quick rundown of what this car is and what it's become over the last year and a half, 2 years that I've been building it. We'll start in the engine bay. It's a KA-24DE, obviously KA-T now. It has forged pistons, stock rods, and stock head. The reason why I did stock rods and not did forge was because I kind of realized I'll never go over 320 horsepower or wheel horsepower in this build. And I realized what's the point? And if it does fail, okay, that's fine. I'll just swap out the forged rods and I'll swap out 2 forged rods. That's the end of that. Basically stock engine from the top to the bottom except for the rods. We have the smart coil pack conversion. All the wiring was done by wiring specialties, and it goes to a ECU master. So it's on a full standalone now. It runs, drives. We will be driving this car later on in this video. Got to go to a friend's house to drop off something. Other than that, it's pretty basic. We have Deechworks 1000cc injectors. I want to swap these out to Injector Dynamics, just something more reputable in my opinion. Radium fuel filter, top feed conversion. Obviously, we are going to run flex fuel. So that's my flex fuel sensor. AN lines from the stock fuel rails down there all the way up to that. The engine bay isn't as neat as I was hoping it would turn out. I do need to go back and just redo a bunch of stuff. It's just kind of hard to hide some things. Obviously, on an SR, it's a little bit easier because some stuff is over there, like your water outlet goes over there. Just things of that sort, things of that nature. Obviously, I crammed as much as I could in the back so you don't have to see too much in the front. Still some stuff I want to clean up on the bottom, but so be it. It runs and drives. I'm happy with it at the moment. Obviously, still have my aftermarket radiator. We're running a clutch fan. When we drive the car, the clutch fan is stuck on like full engagement mode. It's fine. We're not going very far, and it keeps the temps at 156. Oh well, we're not going to drive it too hard. The other thing is engine bay wise. That's basically it. It's a basically refreshed engine bay with the chassis harness in the interior, and the KA has a GT 2871R. And I'm running I'm sure you can see it right there, a Turbo Smart wastegate at 8 psi. Right now I'm making 8 psi. It'll spike up to 10 psi and then it'll taper off back down to 8.5 psi. I did have to port the turbo extremely large. The wastegate size, or the wastegate hole in the back that goes to the exhaust, on the exhaust housing, I had to port that huge. It's basically the size of the flapper. I'll post some photos here if I can find it. This has the Speed Precision coil pack conversion piece, so it's a really nice aluminum piece, bolts right on. Honda coil packs, and it has my distributor doesn't do anything now. It just provides a signal to the ECU, and it works together with all that to actually work, or to actually fire the coils. So this is more of like a reference now rather than something that would drive the distributor and ignition system previously, because this was a distributor car. That's all done with the engine bay. Other than that, little knick-knack pieces is I used a right-hand drive master cylinder because my manifold, just a cheap eBay one, and it was hitting the lines originally, so I just flipped them over. Usually I run a heat shield, but I just have it off at the moment because I was working under there earlier this week. What else is there? That's basically it. It's the same setup when it was a T25 turbo, but when the engine blew, I decided to just redo as much as I could, feasibly. That came with the new standalone ECU, new turbo setup, a little bit bigger for this engine. I just want to say bottom mount because it's just so easy, and just like it's just there, out of the way. And yeah, what else? Like less stuff you have to do to make it work. Like you don't have to redo your entire exhaust pipe or nothing. Oh, it has a Tomei downpipe. I just realized that. Okay, that's enough of the engine bay. I can go over more of that stuff later. we'll go to exterior now. The exterior right now is a Msports bodykit with charge speed front fenders. I'm really impressed with the charge speed quality. Blows away anything on eBay. It's worth the price. Just like the panel gaps, they're kind of even all around. I really like that, and I just have it on here. I don't have it mocked up like where it could be super tight all the way up or anything like that. I really like how it concaves into the door. It's on other ones it just kind of stops like right here, and sometimes these parts edge out all the way and they catch the door itself. This one actually sticks in front of the door just a little bit, so whenever you open the door it doesn't catch the fender. So I really like these fenders. It's a game changer. The fenders help me fit my my headlights a bit better. They're a little they don't fit perfectly at the moment, but like this one popped out. I have to pop it back in before I go drive. But yeah, I mean, you can see like the headlights have seen better days. What else? Exposing myself at the moment, but it's fine. It's an S chassis that runs in 2023. I'll take it. Let's see. So the interior is stock. I try to keep the interior as stock as I could. I didn't want a race car. I didn't want a race car anymore. The only compromise I made was a half cage by Cage Kits. Had my friend Melvin weld that up for me. Came out great. You do get a little bit more road noise with it. You just kind of get used to it after a while. I do want to put in my back seats back in here. If I can find a pair, I'll probably find a pair of black seats and make the rear a bit more soundproof, and that would fix a lot of like the road noise. Carbon fiber roof up there. This is the sunroof delete. This was a sunroof model, not anymore. Put in that carbon fiber piece. Headliner I need to fix. I need to find a way. I think I'm just gonna zip tie it to the cage itself and have it keep like its rigidity around the cage. And then I need to fix my driver's seat. It's too high, but it's not a big deal at the moment. I have to swap out my brackets. These were for my 350Z, and I accidentally put them on here by accident because I would use this seat in my Z when I had my Z. My chassis harness is now inside of the car. That means my fuse block is under the where the airbag would be. Running a BTI gauge, digital dash. It's really convenient. You can see all your parameters on there and don't have to bring your tuning laptop everywhere you go. I do like to have the tuning laptop with me. Just it's easier to track some stuff. I can just run a log and come back to it later on. There's the ECU master just popping out. I'm gonna put it back up before we go driving. What else is there? It has brand new carpet. I didn't install it the best, but in some areas it looks good. I said, I mean, in most of the areas it looks okay. It's just dirty at the moment. What else is there in the rear? Just typical battery relocation setup. It's running a Walbro 255 pump in the rear, and you can ignore that cardboard. It's not important. Exterior is, I guess, done, except for like I'm running VSKFs in the front. These were on my JZX. Put them on here. It looks way better now. They're 18s, so I do need to lower the car to like make up for that 17 to 18 height difference. Gonna keep the stock quarter panels for as much as I can, for as long as I can before going to a Oprah fender. The metal's clean, like it's not dented, it's not rusted. It still had, like this car was like probably the last OEM Zenki that you could probably find when they were still selling for dirt cheap. It had like all the splash guards. It had like all the stuff up here is still super intact. The most, like I've done the most damage to this thing. As you can see, this was me hammering it, and you can see the paint starting to chip. We are going to paint the car, obviously. I do have a wing for the rear, but I don't have it mounted up yet. It's that wing over there that my friend gave me. He has it on his car, and once we go to his place, I can show you guys. Come on, focus. I can show you guys how it would look like mounted up. Let's see. And that's basically it. I can show you the ECU master. ECU master in there. Nothing crazy. Going to a standalone, probably the best thing I've ever done. It is a lot more involved. It's not so much plug and play anymore. But if you take the time to really understand and learn what this can do, it's pretty crazy, and it saves a lot of headache and not having to deal with like downtime. Oh, let me send my old ROM tune out to the tuner, get it back like 2 weeks later, didn't fix it, or maybe you just went through 2 bad ECUs, so on and so forth. The car isn't dyno tuned yet. We're just been street tuning it and just driving it around. It's been doing fine. What else? That's basically it. I do want to put in my radio and some stuff like that. That's basically all at the moment. Still running a stock transmission, still running stock, not stock clutch, but like the 6-puck clutch. Nothing crazy. If I had to guess, KA-T at 8 psi is probably making like, I think it's probably making like 250, or maybe it's making like 260 right now. Who knows? Maybe 275. That'd be cool. But I know if we crank up the boost, we can get it up to like 300. My end goal will be to run it at like 10 to 12 psi and call it good. It is running on wastegate, which is just 8 psi, but it likes to spike up to 10, and then it'll drop down and even off at like at 8.5. But that's basically it. Other stuff, yeah. Just appreciate some of the fab work that my friend Melvin did. He did the pipes. I do want to redo this one because it touches this intake pipe, and I'm afraid it's throwing off the intake temperature sensor readings because this likes to heat up. Obviously, this is the hot coolant, and it barely, and now it does rest on here, so I'm afraid it probably heat soaks throughout the time. Maybe I can wrap it in some kind of solution, or like heat wrap or something like that to separate them better, or maybe I can have him like make it a bit more aggressive on the angle up and then down. Still have things to determine like that. But yeah, other than that, let's go for a drive. We're going to meet up with my friend and we'll go from there. Yeah, that's the little wing that I was gonna put on my car. This is what it looks like on an S14. Good stuff. Oop. Wait, the low, the angle. You versus the guy she tells you not to worry about. This is what it looks like in the sunlight. Looks pretty nice. Needs to go lower, but we're working on that part. All in due time. you guys enjoyed this little video of the S14. It drove to my friend's house and back. I've driven it way more than that, obviously, but got to enjoy some of the clips, some of the sounds. But yeah, we'll see you guys around. I'm going to park it, and we'll see you next time. Take a photo or a little video shoot from this side. Yeah, there it is, running and driving. We're getting there.